Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be starting for his South Africa tour on 22nd of August. During this tour, Prime Minister will be having his meeting around BRICS Summit level talks, where he will be participating in BRICS Summit level talks, and he will also be having some bilateral meetings. The much anticipated meeting has been of Prime Minister Modi with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and it has been confirmed now that both the leaders will be having a bilateral talks on the sideline of BRICS Summit level talks that will be happening from 22nd to 24th of this month. This meeting of Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping has been much awaited, and it will be first such meeting ever since the Galwan clash has happened. Earlier we had seen Prime Minister Modi having a brief exchange during the G20 summit level talks that has happened in Indonesia, and during that meeting it was just a few seconds that the both leaders had interacted for during that gala dinner. And later on, MEA said that they did talk about some bilateral issues, but those moments were not enough to comprehensively discuss the differences and disputes that India and China have been facing ever since that Galwan clash has happened. We have seen the bilateral ties going downwards. Diplomatically, there is a least engagement with China. This has also impacted people-to-people engagement. Thousands of students who have been stuck and who have not been getting visa renewals, who have not been getting chances to go back and study in their colleges. In fact, in the last few weeks, there has been another development where India and China have practically evicted or not allowed visa extension of their respective journalists. So that explains the kind of frost there has been in the bilateral ties of India and China. But now it looks like both the sides are willing to open up some space, some window of interaction and engagement. We know that India is also going to host G20 summit level talks in the month of September. That will be second week of September, and in that meeting also President Xi Jinping is expected to arrive and take part. To say that this meeting, that upcoming meeting of Prime Minister Modi and Chinese Premier during BRICS Summit could also be seen as a step closer to have a cordial meeting during the G20 summit level talks, because it's already heightened tension time because of the geopolitical and geo-economic reason ever since the Russia-Ukraine conflict had started, and India is really finding difficult to bring together all the nations and all the leaders on one common agenda and a joint declaration. We have seen earlier also during the mini ministerial meetings, there has not been enough of consensus that could let a joint declaration or joint statement come out. And in this case, the G20 summit level talks at least should have a joint declaration, and that is the aim that Indian presidency is currently having, and probably the meeting with Xi Jinping would also help in having a common declaration from G20 summit level talks. Besides, India and China will also get an opportunity to interact or at the highest level. We have seen recently NSA Doval having a meeting with Wang Yi in Johannesburg in the sidelines of NSA level talks among BRICS member nations. Also, there was this Corps Commander level talk that has happened a few weeks ago, and there are reports that the senior military level officials are regularly engaging at the border issues to sort out the disputes and the differences that they have along a line of actual control, and it could also be seen as a precursor to what Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping will be discussing during their upcoming meetings that is going to happen probably during the sidelines of BRICS summit level talks in Johannesburg.